Good morning. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my pumpkin patch. If you are new here, my name is Lacey and I love nostalgic holiday decorating, and clearly I love pumpkins. I'm so happy to see you, and if you're returning, thank you so much for being here. Our plan this morning is to harvest a few pumpkins to bring in and decorate the fireplace with, and we'll also decorate my mid-century side shelf with some retro and vintage Halloween decorations. If you are a retro or vintage enthusiast as well, be sure to pause this video and hit the subscribe button. Christmas is just around the corner, and it's such a collection of vintage ornaments and so many fun things, so you won't want to miss out. What questions do you have about growing pumpkins? Let me know down below and I will be sure to answer them in next week's video when I do a whole harvest and decorate my porch. Pumpkins are my absolute favorite thing to grow. They are so rewarding and it's so much fun to decorate with piles and piles of pumpkins at Halloween. You can see my cute little helper washing pumpkins. And while those pumpkins are drying, I'm going to start pulling out the pieces that I'm going to decorate my shelf with. And just kind of take an inventory of what I have and get it all set out. I will try, of course, as I always do, talk about where I got these pieces from, but if you have any questions or wanted to pick something up yourself, be sure to check down below in my description. I tried to provide a full list of where I got these items from. Some, though, I couldn't provide links. Many of these pieces are from vintage stores or vintage markets. Some are from family members who have passed on, and other things are from like MAXX or Home Goods and other stores like that where it's from a previous Halloween season. But of course, if you have a question about something, feel free to ask it down below and I will definitely get to your question. Between now and like March, our family does a lot of puzzles and we play a lot of games together. So during the season, this cabinet will hold more than just records. It's where I'll put all of our seasonal games and puzzles. So we'll load this up with all these Halloween activities. Let me know down below if you have any Halloween specific games that your family likes to play. We love Villainous, my husband and I. I have a cute vintage Casper board game that's actually on display in my playroom, but my little guy and I get it down and play it all the time. I also have like the first edition Clue. I forgot to put that in here, so I'll have to add that. When we want to turn on the fireplace and clear off the coffee table, these games and puzzles will just be right here for us. This shelf and cabinet was built for me by my uncle. It is made from real wood and it is an heirloom piece. It is something that I will have until the day I die. Don't you just love pieces like that? Anyway, I designed and printed this sunburst that resonated with the era, and you'll see how our Halloween decorations here resonate as well. Finally, time to start setting some pieces on the shelf. The first is this vintage book. This little Halloween book was printed in 1958 and suits the style just perfectly. Jacks with moon eyes are my favorite. It's from a previous Halloween season, but of course I always link what I can. I'm preparing to hang a paper mache ghost. I've put a little dab of glue at the end of this fish line to keep it from sliding through that sticky double-sided tape. And they'll adhere one end to the top of my ghost and the other to the underside of a cabinet shelf. When the air in the house is on and circulating, the ghost appears to be floating. It looks so eerie and cool. I talked about these ghosts in a previous video. I made them from the pages of an author encyclopedia. This ghost was made with pages from spooky authors Anne Radcliffe, H.G. Wells, and Edgar Allan Poe. This box set of vintage-inspired candles might just be my favorite thing in this display. I ordered these from the Vermont Country Store. They are reminiscent of the little figurines that were popular in the 1950s. And that pumpkin candle reminds me of a candle my grandmother had when I was a little girl. Speaking of figurines from the 1950s, this was a treasure we found in my husband's grandparents' home after they passed away. I am so grateful to have this in our collection, but it kind of overpowered this small haunted house, so I ended up switching things around a little bit right there at the end. I really liked how the placement worked out though, because the little ghost coming out of the haunted house looks just like Georgie on the book cover. Now that the cabinet is squared away, we can start setting up the pumpkins that we picked this morning. This took a lot of adjusting and switching things around, so if you do something similar like this at home and you're thinking, gosh, this is not as fluid as it was in that video, just know that I have edited this and condensed it down to make it more enjoyable to watch, but it definitely took some time. These tin pumpkins are from Sam's Club, believe it or not. They are a Pottery Barn dupe, but to be honest, I like these ones more. So if you don't have a Sam's Club card, it might be time to get one. I love using old books in autumn and fall decorating. This one had a little orange retro star on it. Like, how perfect was that book? I don't pay attention to the titles as much unless there's something fun. This Lost Symbol, I guess, is actually like a really popular book. I have not read it, but to me the title sounded witchy, so it made the cut. Oh, and in case you were wondering, that little ghost is Victor Hugo, author of Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm finishing up this cozy space with some soft blankets, and then I'll get to show you how everything came together. Thank you for your love and support as I'm just starting my YouTube channel. I'm so appreciative. Next week will be my last Halloween video before jumping into my series, I'm Dreaming of a Mid-Century Christmas. I hope to see you here. Bye!